Hey, what's going on guys, BO3 here, and in today's video we've got the top 5 worst specialists in Black Ops 3. So of course, I will be going over the 5 worst specialists, and it was a very hard list to compile. There's 18 total specialists in Black Ops 3, and it took me a very long time to compile these into 5 of the worst specialists. So of course, you guys can leave your own top 5 in the comment section down below, and of course, if you want to give me any suggestions for another top 5, I may do in the future. So yeah, without wasting any more time, let's get into number 5. So coming in at number 5, we have Kinetic Armor. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to do this for everyone. We're actually going to read the description of Kinetic Armor. So reactive armor that deflects enemy bullets away from the body, still vulnerable to headshots and non-bullet damage while active. So Kinetic Armor, the reason why it's number 5, it's still kind of a useful specialist. I don't mind it too much. It's just the fact that it's well, first off, Kinetic Armor, one of the bad things is it really does not last a long time. As I try and show you guys in this game clip, I just try and use Kinetic Armor first off to see how long it lasts, because I really just don't use it at all. And second of all, I really want to try and find enemies and see how good people are in public matches to actually hit my head. So I tried to do that. However, it's so short. Like it must be around 8 seconds long. Kinetic Armor lasts, and obviously, if you want to go to BO3 or something or anything like that, it really isn't too useful, because it's just such a short kind of duration of Kinetic Armor that it's really useless at most situations. Another reason why it's kind of a bad specialist in my opinion, it actually does light up your body. Because of course, the only way you can kill someone with Kinetic Armor is explosives. So for example, trip mines or frag grenades, or you could just aim for the head. And obviously, if someone's got a half decent aim, they will do that. And one big thing about Kinetic Armor is it actually just lights up your body, leaving your head kind of exposed, in my opinion, and makes it so easy for people just to hit your head and get a really good headshot. So I definitely wouldn't recommend using Kinetic Armor. Really not a good specialist. They're definitely not the worst out there, and it's okay in my opinion, but definitely one of the worst specialists in Black Ops 3. So coming in at number 4, and it's actually the only specialist weapon in this list, and it is the Hive specialist weapon. So of course, I'm first off saying Nomad is probably the worst specialist in Black Ops 3. I don't know why they made him. He's absolutely terrible, and his weapon of course is the Hive. So I'm going to read the quick description first. So deploys trap pods which release a deadly swarm of nano drones when triggered. So basically, what Hive does is, first off, it's really cool when you kill someone with a Hive. It kind of rips their legs off, and it's so cool in my opinion. However, the reason why it's at number 4 is the, of course, with specialist weapon, you expect to outgun people with it. For example, the fire break and the scythe and all that kind of good stuff. You outgun people with it. However, with the Hive, if you're coming one-on-one and you've got a Hive and they've got a man of war, they're gonna kill you, before the time you actually shoot out your Hive and hopefully kill them. And it's just really not a good specialist weapon in my opinion. I can see, obviously some uses in the Hive, as for example, if you want to, go into a building or something and obviously make some traps. I can see the use in that, but even the deadly swarm of nano drones don't last forever and kind of do go away after a while. And I generally don't see the point in Hive. I would never recommend using it. It's just not a great specialist weapon. So yeah. So coming in at number 3, we have Heatwave, and I really want to try out Heatwave. I never tried it before until today, and I honestly thought it'd be a pretty good specialist. I thought it'd be pretty cool. However, of course, first off, I just read the description very quickly. Emits a massive heat blast that stuns enemies and destroys hostile equipment. So first off, that sounds really good. If you want to destroy a trip mine or throughout the door, even if people are in a room, you can of course use Heatwave to distort them and obviously kill them. That's what I thought would happen. However, the blast radius on the Heatwave is so small, you guys will probably see this in the game clip, that I can't even get most people. So for example, if there's 4 people in the room, you might be lucky to get 1 or 2, and the other 2 guys will just kill you straight away. And definitely not a good specialist. I mean, there's things like Vision Pulse, which have a much longer radius and much better use in my opinion. And I don't know if you guys see this in the other gameplay, I did actually use Heatwave on this other guy, and he still managed to kill me. So it must not be that good of a specialist ability, and I would never recommend using it. Obviously, Vision Pulse is a million times better than Heatwave, and it just seems like an awful specialist in my opinion, especially when you got the Purifier as a weapon. It's just would never recommend using Heatwave. It's such a bad specialist. So yeah, coming in at number 2, we have Reject, which in my opinion is the most pointless specialist I've ever seen. So as you guys know, with the beta happening in August, it Rejack was everywhere. Everyone used Rejack, and I understand why, but it was basically a second life, because of course you got to keep your score streaks. It did not count as a death. However, of course, Truck did patch this, and when you do actually die with Rejack, it does count as a death on your tally and does reset your score streak. So say you won off a lightning strike, it will put you back down to 0. So all this really does is make you spawn in the same position. And one bad thing about Rejack, it is that most people, when you're using Rejack, most people know that you're going to use Rejack and they're just going to aim your gun straight back at you, and you could die for a second time. As you guys see this in the game clip right here, I actually do die a second time, and it's just really an awful score, not score streak specialist, and definitely would not recommend using it. It's just not good anymore, and it's just not worth the time. I never see anyone use it in public matches, and I would honestly never recommend you guys using Rejack. So yeah, coming into the last one, I think you guys can guess this. I hope you guys can guess this, because this has got to be the worst specialist in my opinion. So the worst one is active camo. So I really want to see how active camo works. First off, I'll just read the description. Become nearly invisible for a short duration, and as it says short duration, it really does mean a short duration. This lasts 3 to 4 seconds. I tried to count it and I got around 3 or 4 seconds of lasting. As you guys see in this game clip, I tried to run into a door to see if it worked. I really want to see if that guy saw me, and obviously he did, and he killed me. And it honestly lasted like 3 seconds and then it obviously went off. And I just wanted to see in theater mode, and I'm showing you guys right here. This is how much active camo works, and you must like have to have pretty bad eyesight to not recognize that I'm there. So definitely would not recommend active camo. The only good thing about active camo, in my opinion, it is it is quite an easy specialist to get. You can get 3 or 4 in a single game of domination, so that's obviously a good thing, but never recommend using it. It's just pretty pointless and lasts 4 seconds, and you probably couldn't kill 2 people in that time, and just such a pointless specialist, and it just needs to get buffed somehow. And definitely would not recommend it. I mean, if you can have something for 4 seconds, at least make yourself invisible, not nearly, so people can easily see you, and just would not recommend it at all. It's such, and in my opinion, is the worst specialist in Black Ops 3. So yeah, so that's my top 5 worst specialists. If you guys did enjoy the video, you could hit that like button. That would be greatly appreciated. And of course, I'd just like to say thanks for watching. As I said before earlier in my video, if you guys want to leave any suggestions for another top 5 you may want me to do, it can be multiplayer or zombies related. I don't mind. Obviously your suggestions I will take into account, and I'll honestly just like to say thanks for watching.